Good evening and welcome to our Collier Chiropractic pregame show here on Bay County TV. Jeff Doan and Mike Wasdala. Welcome, brother. What a pleasure to have you back with us again.
You know, back again. We're at the same spot, Jeff. We're back at the All Saints Gym, and they got the Dryden Cardinals coming in tonight, and I think we're going to see one heck of a basketball game tonight.
Well, Dryden is just over the 500 mark on the year, so they've had some success, but they're not scoring a ton of points, so I think the Cougars have a chance to match them well tonight.
Yeah, Jeff, they're not. They're scoring about 55-8 a game and giving up about 47. So they're 7-5 in the overall, 3-3 in the conference. Or I'm sorry, 4-1 in the conference. So they're right at the top of the conference. They're coming in with a 4-game winning streak, so they're on a little roll right now. So we'll see what the All Saints Cougars can do tonight. Going to be a little bit tougher test than the last time we saw them on Bay County TV.
Well, the last time we saw them, the clock was running in the second half. But, yeah, we know this will be more of a challenge tonight. But Coach Brzezinski has 3 freshmen starting on his varsity. So to have that much confidence in young players that can continue to develop is awesome.
Well, you know, you think you see 1, maybe 2, maybe. But, boy, 3 freshmen up at the varsity level, Jeff, and they're baptism by fire, as we like to say. But, you know, the kids are playing hard. We watched them play the other night. They got some skills to them. They're getting better with each game, and they're coachable, and they're good young men that we've been talking to again tonight. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they play against a much better team in Dryden Cardinals.
Now, we don't like to base everything we talk about the freshmen. You said with 3 of them there, these are battle-tested kids. They all played varsity football, so they know they belong.
Well, you know, anywhere you're playing on the varsity level, it's varsity competition, Jeff, and they're playing against older kids, and this is going to pay off not only in March but in the years to come for these kids, getting that varsity competition. And, you know, they're very poised when we were watching them against Owendale Gagetown. I like the way they played. They play hard. They get on the deck. And they do the little things that night when I watch, and they do the detailed things very, very well.
To me, a sign of a great coach is who he surrounds himself with. And with Scott Trepkowski and also Mr. Deacons, he's got a couple of really talented people at his side.
Yeah, they've been around a long time, Jeff, and they know the system. And those guys know Coach Brzezinski very well, what his expectations are and his philosophy. And when you look at this team, they're doing a really nice job. They're scoring 56 points a game. But I like their defense. They're only giving up 41.6 a game. So they can get on it at each end of the floor. And I think we have talked many times over the year. I think the key to the game tonight will be shutting down this Cardinal offense and then the transition game and seeing what they do in that transition defense.
And I think you hit the nail on the head. The key to tonight's game, both teams giving up less than 50 points a game. Which defense is going to impose their will?
Yeah, and the Cougars coming in at 9-6, Jeff. They're 3-3 in the league, so they're about 6th or 7th place. So I'm going to look forward to what they do on the defensive end of the floor. You know me and my free throw, 70%. Plus, I want to see how they react after a tough loss at the Saginaw Arts and Science Academy when they lost 52-50. Friday night, no school tomorrow. Everybody's out having a good time. And so this is a big game for All Saints tonight.
Well, Coach, if they're going to have a good time tonight, I guess it's imperative that we do the same.
I think we will.
Certainly looking forward to some fun tonight. That about puts the wraps on our Collier Chiropractic pregame show. Back with all the game action in just a moment on BCTV.
Is your pain holding you back from things you enjoy, like playing with your grandchildren or participating in a sport? At Collier Chiropractic, we specialize in neck pain, back pain, headaches, or sciatica that won't go away. If you've tried chiropractic, you've tried physical therapy, you've gone to your medical doctor with no results, or you take medication and it doesn't even touch your pain, then put this number in your phone, give us a call, see how we're different at Collier Chiropractic Bay City.
Good evening and welcome. BCTV, Jeff Doan, Mike Wasdala. We're going to have some fun tonight, partner.
Place is rocking tonight. Good crowd for a Friday night, Jeff. I think we got a little SRO going on here at the Cougar Gym.
Well, you know, it's going to be a big matchup. They found BCTV was going to be in the house. Unbeatable combination.
I would agree with that.
Off into the front court. Taylor sends that thing back over to Caucione. Moving the ball around again, the starting five for Dryden. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nice little spin move. What a nice touch that time by Dorian Lewis with the first 12-footer of the ball game for a deuce.
Cougars coming out playing that 2-3 matchup zone, but Dryden come in and get a quick basket. Good movement and a steal by the Cardinals coming down the floor, Jeff.
Back at the other end. Taylor sends that ball in the corner for a wide open three, and that's too bad too because that rebound, perfect position on the backside for the Cougars, but that ball did not draw iron, and it really threw the timing of the jump off.
Always a tough rebound when you don't hit iron.
Trying to move that ball around as they miss again from the corner. That looked like that might have been number 30, Jack Wetters, moving it down at the other end. Schuler trying to get that thing up, and the ball was tipped away. Back into the front court they go as we are right here in the middle of our activities, and the crowd is the crowd is up and they're on their feet and they're pushing their way out. So we're trying to get them to back up a little bit. Again, giving up a secondary rebound and a third offensive opportunity. Now we've got somebody down on the floor. So we've got our first foul of the ball game.
Didn't see who that was on, Jeff, but it'll be number 14 for the Cougars. Bo Williams, his first team foul, number 1 for the Cougars here. Just underway, 6:30 and counting in the first quarter. Nice dime.
Oh, what a beautiful look. And I'll tell you what, Coach Jason can't be too pleased right now with the way his team is not getting on the glass. They need to attack the glass a little bit, giving up those second and third and fourth shot opportunities. As Gwiz, we're going to work on trying to get these front row fans back a little bit, so we got an opportunity to see the other end of the floor. I'm kind of shielded as well. Look at that guy right now, number 10, Arnell Somler. He's got a great number, Coach.
He's got a really good number. I've told him how important that number was in Cougar history, and when we talked to him last week, 1978, might as well said 1878.
Yeah, he said that was a couple of years ago on his abacus. Trying to move the ball around right now. The Cougars, again, being patient. Williams up top. It's Somler. Somler having a hard time making things happen as they slide it around. There's Jack Wetters with a great tickling of the twine from 3.
Nice job right there. Good ball movement by the Cougars, Jeff. Man-to-man defense by Dryden. They're very, very quick. They're not real big, but boy, they got some quickness on the floor.
And the Cougars trying to counteract that with that matchup zone. As Dryden continues to slide that ball around. Back up top, it goes to Burgess. As Burgess dribble penetrated again, that 2-3 matchup really collapsed well on that paint free throw extension shot. There's Wetters with a nice job, one and done on the glass.
Good rebound by Wetters, good outlet pass. Good transition defense right there by the Dryden Cardinals. Jeff getting back. They are very active. They got good feet, good hands on that man-to-man defense.
Well, the Cougars will have the ball with 5 and 10 left in the first half. 4-3 is our score. So they get it back to Somler in the backcourt. He's going to walk that ball into the front court, and he looks like he's got quickness on him defensively. As Schuler gets the ball up top. And again, a very, very pressing man defense. Somler wide open for a 3-ball. Open 2. His toe was on the line as they're trying to make things happen right now. And Somler got a great shot off. He just had the Tootsie on the line. What a great extra pass.
Nice high-low pass right there. Basket by number 5, Dylan Letford for the Dryden Cardinals. Had a nice conversation with his dad before the game and grandma before the game. So,
as Salinas couldn't get that shot to drop, and again, great defense. That's offense. We're going to have on the block. They're going to say he got there just a split second too late. That's one of those 50-50 balls, Coach, and you love the effort from the defense.
Yeah, he moved the feet right there, Jeff, but he just didn't put that one tootsie down quick enough. But again, the quickness of Dryden is pretty impressive early here in the first quarter.
As they're sliding the ball around, and again, just a little unaware on the backside of the defense as the shooter going to the free throw line is Costco, and he kind of slid behind Wetters and got inside position. Didn't make the shot, but he's going to get two at the strike.
Yeah, they're playing a little bit on that zone defense, Jeff, and they're playing in the short corner. And the short corner is kind of in between the three-point line and the free throw lane, kind of almost behind the basket. So they kind of sneak a guy in that short corner and go with the high-low game. So if he's open at the high, he shoots it. If he's not, he looks down low, goes to the short corner.
And a split of the two at the free throw line. 7-5 right now as Somler, he's drawing a lot of attention on the floor right now for a freshman. As Wetters tries to get that ball up, and he tries to go behind his back, and they just beat the 10 seconds.
It's eternity. 10 seconds is an eternity.
Unless you're the one dribbling, though, and you got to get it across the line.
Well, and they know how you beat a press, Jeff, is you got to use the path to beat the press.
The more you dribble, the easier it is to defend. Somler pulls up from 12, could not get it to drop. Boy, another nice look from him on the baseline. 2-point deficit down the floor. Somler jumped that passing lane expecting the pass, and they rotated back the other way. Good hands, active defensively.
Nice job by Somler, Jeff. 7-5. Dryden up. 3:31 to go here in the first quarter. Very, very brisk pace to this game so far, or about halfway through the quarter.
We've got Brian Alexander down on the baseline. Dave Odell is in the center in front of the Cougar bench. And, of course,
the big fella,
Tim Walter. He's been around forever, and he's a great individual. And trying to move that extra pass in again. Boy, they do a nice job of getting that extra pass.
They really do. They're very active. That 2-2-1 press is giving All Saints just a little bit of trouble. And, again, Coach Brzezinski's making some adjustments on the floor, but the quickness of Dryden is very impressive.
Well, and I think every chance they get, they're going to try and double Somler. They don't want the ball in his hands. But he has a nice skip pass. There's the extra pass to the corner. Williams wide open for the three ball. Couldn't get it. Rebound not able to go from Meyer. And very quickly again back down the floor. What a nice finish that time for Taylor.
Here comes that 2-2-1. Got to get in the middle of the floor, look opposite. They did a nice job right there. There he is, Bo Williams in the corner, Jeff.
Bo didn't see much there, and a nice job. They'll settle things down and reset the show. Somler up top with a pass down in the corner. That was up by Meyer. Meyer couldn't get it to drop, and that ball goes out of bounds, and it will go back over to Dryden. 11-5 with 2:20 left in our first quarter of play, and yeah, this has been up and down action.
Yeah, Dryden went to a little bit of a 2-3 matchup zone there, Jeff, last time down the floor. Good talk by the Cardinals, and both teams being really, really active.
Boy, Somler splits the tune. He's heading down the floor and not able to get there in time is the defender, and that is number 4, Dorian Lewis. And that will be a ball out of bounds back to the Cougars. Somler's got a little extra gear as he went down the court.
Yeah, this is last time we were here was a little bit different type of competition, Jeff. And both these teams not very big lengthwise or very tall. But, man, there's some quickness out on that floor tonight. They're getting after it.
It is fun indeed to see all the quickness as Meyer thought about going to the hole, and they moved that ball around and trying to get back out of the paint as they go back up top to Meyer. Meyer with a crossover. Sends that thing in the corner, and the ball is knocked away as the Dryden team, number 4, Lewis, comes up with another big one. And we're going to have Dryden with a 30-second timeout. We'll take a break and be back with a $1:42 left in the first. 11-5, Dryden over the Cougars. Back in a moment on BCTV. So your car is getting towed and you're not sure where to take it? Try Village Towing and Auto Repair. Our expert mechanics are here to help assist you with all your repair needs. We have over 30 years of experience with motor vehicles, so you know you're getting the best work that you can find. Stop by the shop at 2377 South Huron Road in Caucaulin or give us a call at 989-684-9607. Back here on BCTV as Dryden comes back out of the offensive zone. Up by 6 with a buck and a half left, and again, extra pass. Dryden is doing a really good job penetrating, pulling the defense, and then going just to that opposite little quick wing for a beautiful opportunity.
Got a nice high-low game. Ledford right there got a high, Jeff, and a good no-look dime right there, and the foul was called. That's team foul number 2 on the Cardinals, or excuse me, team foul number 4 on the Bay City All Saints Cougars, and we're going to have another foul, and that'll be on number 2, Charlie Warren.
Yeah, the Cougars are really got a body up on Dryden. They've got a little bit more size, and they are definitely a quick team, so it's up to the Cougars. You got a body up so that you got an opportunity to get some rebounds. First and 2 free throws from Dorian Lewis, all cotton.
He didn't hit anything but the floor.
He didn't take much time to think about it either.
No, one dribble and poof. Don't blink. You might miss that shot.
What a nice stroke he's got.
He really does have a nice stroke.
Somler to Wetters. Wetters now over the timeline, pulls up his dribble, and Somler's got a real quick defender on him, but he goes strong to the hole, and he's going to earn 2 from the free throw line. Because, boy, what an explosive first step for that 9th grader from All Saints.
Well, I tell you what a good, nice matchup. We got Jalen Taylor from Dryden, a sophomore, number 1, and number 10, Somler, a freshman. So these 2 young men are going to hook up for at least the next 3 years.
They, in the next 3 years, are going to become very familiar with each other.
It's going to be that; those are going to be fun to watch.
That is something to mark down for future reference. That will be exciting to see. They're going to get that ball in probably to Schuler. Yep, underneath, though. Great defense again with another unforced turnover by the Cougars. Trying to move down, and again, dribble penetration, and the Cougars not being able to get the body on. And we're going to have a travel call against Dryden, and the ball will go back over to the Cougars. Down 8 with just over a buck left in the first. Cougars are in need of something good offensively on this possession.
It'd be nice to get a couple scores before the quarter is over with. And good look down there, and just a little bit short by number 3, Jeff, Antonio Salinas. Good look, though. Have a good look at the basket.
As the ball is tipped away, Salinas gets the loose change, or excuse me, Schuler gets the loose change as it goes back up top to Somler. He nearly shuffled the Tootsies. Trying to get that thing back in. He cannot be the first to touch the ball back in bounds, so had not reestablished position in the court of play. So the ball goes back over to the All Saints Cougars.
Good call there by the official, Jeff. And you know what? These officials letting these kids play. Varsity competition, 2 good teams, fun to watch right now.
Exactly right. And again, the pace has been very, very quick. Doesn't always equate on the scoreboard, but what a quick, fast-paced first quarter of basketball we've seen. Trying to slide the ball around right now, and Cougars really having trouble getting into their offensive flow. The Dryden defenders look like there's 7 of them on the floor at times. There's a great move, unable to finish. At the end of our first quarter of play as Devin Schuler put it up. It's 13-5. We'll be back in a moment for the second quarter at BCTV.
For over 75 years, Frank's Great Outdoors has served as the Great Lakes Bay region's premier hunting, fishing, and outdoor shopping destination. What started in the mid-1940s as a roadside bait and tackle stand has now blossomed into a 30,000 square foot outdoorsman's dream shopping location. Stop by the store located at 1212 North Huron Road in Linwood, or shop online at franksgreatoutdoors.com to find everything you need to get your next outdoor adventure started.
Back here on Bay County TV as we're ready to go with the activity, and The students are still out onto the floor, and Gwiz, you really obstruct our view
I'm
of the corner.
rubbernecking it tonight, brother.
Yep, we wish we were giraffes. Somler sends that ball back with a real nice open look that time for Salinas, but he could not get it to fall. And back one and done. There's no opportunities for second chance shots for the Cougars. And it looks like Dryden's going back to the free throw line.
No, they called that a travel, Jeff.
Very nice.
The official out by the scorer's table said, nope, before the foul he traveled. So turnover over the base of the All Saints, down 13-5, just underway here in the second quarter.
And, you know, the Cougars are really receiving some fits because Dryden, 35 feet from the basket, is contesting the shots. His determination comes through with a beautiful second chance for Jacob Meyer. And you're right, the Cougars needed that basket.
That was a big hoop. They went on a little drought there. Another turnover for the Cougars.
Let's see if they can convert once again. Somler in the corner. Going strong to the hole. Meyer wide open for another three ball. Just off the mark. That would have really changed the momentum here in this first half.
Again, Cougars getting good looks. They're just not dropping when they get them. But got to keep shooting the rock, Jeff.
Boy, very active. And again, Wetter's doing a great job. He recognized that in time to collapse down, and they're going to get their hands back on the ball.
Again, the Cardinals just love that high-low game against that 2-3 matchup zone, Jeff. Good hands by the Cougars. Back over to Cougars. 6:45 and counting.
Wetter's going to break it himself. Now he's got odd man numbers and a little bit out of control. And what are we going to have here? Didn't see yet. I think we're going to have a blocking foul on Dryden's number 4, Dorian Lewis. Wetter's definitely made up his mind to go to the hole, and he went hard and strong.
Yeah, he went, and that was a good call, I think, by the official. I was kind of blocked, so I did not see it. In fact, that was on Ledford, his first personal, team foul number 4 for the Dryden Cardinals.
Nice job by Wetters. Look at that, just going down there and just junkyard dogging it for a rebound put back. Look at Somler with a quick hands. You know he's going to try and finish. Puts the shot up with a little kiss off the glass and a chance to go to the free throw line to finish off the three-point play the old-fashioned way.
Nice job by Somler taking it to the rack, Jeff. Kept his head up all the way. Knew he was going to get fouled. Didn't drop his head, put it in. It's going to go for the three-point play. But I'll tell you what, the Cougars are on a little, he makes this. There'll be a little 7-0 run for the All Saints Cougars.
And certainly the whole tempo and the conjecture of this first half has just changed here in the last 60 seconds.
Yeah.
What a nice stroke for a freshman
Coach
he's got.
Brzezinski had a nice little chat with the fellas at the end of the first quarter. Whatever he said has put these kids right back into the ball game, Jeff. We're tied 13-12, Dryden up 1.
Well, and I think the Cougars are doing a much better job of jumping the passing lanes now. As now the ball goes back out in front. And Dryden trying to show patience. A little 10-foot little
nice
teardrop shot. What a nice touch on that for number 3, Burgess.
They call it a little teardrop, my friend.
He just had nice touch on that. Wetters up top.
Man, they hawk the ball, don't they?
Well, and they hawked the ball from a long ways away, and Taylor's going to get the foul there as, yeah, they switch and rotate and talk really well, and it's 35 feet from the basket. They're all over you.
You know, you're going to play that kind of defense, you're going to get some fouls. So if you're getting a little bit of foul trouble, some kids off your bench are going to have to step up. But, man, they are absolutely tenacious on the defensive end of the floor.
Well, and the thing I like, too, is with the pace of this game, you're going to need kids off of the bench to contribute. Trying to slide that ball around. Meyer put the shot up, could not get it open. It was Wetters. But another offensive rebound as Somler says he's going to try and take it from the top. Again, getting a lot of people to look around, an extra pass. Trying to slide around, the ball tipped away and down on the ground, and we're going to have a foul. And I believe that's going to go back to the Cougars. I think they're going to get Lewis with the foul. Nope, they're going to call that on the Cougars.
Good hustle foul right there, Jeff. Kids getting on the deck, playing hard. 15-12, Dryden lit the lead. But man, this is just one of those games where these kids are just getting after it. This is fun to watch.
Both teams with 6 team fouls. The hook 'em horns from one official to the other, saying either way, the next foul is going to be a shooting, unless it's an offensive. And again, what a nice job to the hole. Number 4 and 5 for them, Lewis and Ledford. Have a little bit of length, but great mobility around the basket.
Yeah, they when you look at the wingspan on Ledford and number 4 Lewis, they're about 7 feet, so they do a nice job together in that high-low game also. And putting this young man on the line, Dorian Lewis, I jinxed him.
Good job.
I jinxed him.
Very nicely done, Coach.
Thank you.
But, you know, even when he missed, he's got a really pretty stroke.
He does.
And it's just one dribble, and he lets it fly, and he's got 75% on 3 of 4 in the first half at the free throw line.
That's the goal, brother.
Wetters with a nice job. He gets it to Somler on the other side. He's going strong to the hole, and he's going to go to the free throw line. And his efforts are going to pay off with a 1-and-1 at 16-12 at the 5-minute mark here of our first half.
It's going to be very important for the next 5 minutes. Cougars get on the line, Jeff. They got to make those free throws. Great opportunity for the Cougars. They'll shoot the 1-and-1 down 16-12. 5 minutes exactly in a briskly played first half.
Very entertaining. You know, Dryden really had some early momentum, but I think Coach Jason did a nice job of calming his troops down, pumping them up, and he got some effort out of those guys. Not that they weren't putting effort forth in the first quarter, but a little better focus and a little better understanding of how to attack.
I think the key to that whole thing, Jeff, is to just get a little, slow down a little bit and try to break that press with a pass and not with the dribble. And they've done that and got themselves right back in the ballgame.
Somler just real calmly with ice water in his veins hits the bottom of the hole on 2 straight free throws. And you know sometimes what that's like as a shooter. When you can hit a couple at the free throw line, your confidence in your stroke increases.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you've always said, get to that free throw line, get off the schneid when you're not making it from the field. Making free throws is good for you.
Trying to slide them around right now as Taylor dribble penetrates, can't get it to drop, and
got one right in the chops.
Yep.
Oh, they called something else, though. I thought he called the foul.
Might have a little shuffle of the Tootsies first. Because they didn't rotate, so there was no foul called. Trying to move down the floor. Schuler almost lost it. He's in the corner. And we're going to have Coach Jason Brzezinski says, that's a good time for me to use my first timeout. 4:33 left in the first. Cougars down by a deuce. Back in a moment on Bay County TV. Inside, outside, or even in your home, there are lots of ways to enjoy amazing food from Bay City Bills. Our dining room is ready for you, and we are ready for you with takeout too. Stop in to Bay City Bills at 1215 Michigan Avenue or find us on Facebook or at www.baycitybills.com to see our full menu. Back here on Bay County TV as coming out of the timeout, Coach Jason Brzezinski uses his first timeout. See what he has designed for the Cougar offense here in this first possession out of the timeout. You know Somler's going to be part of the rotation. Wide open look in the corner.
What?
Great look that time for Schuler. Couldn't get it to drop.
I thought that was going to go in when it left his hands.
And down the floor again, Meyer. Thought he was going to do a little step back. He steps into it, and it was halfway down the hole. Somler fights for that, and we are going to probably have a jump ball off the alternate possession. It will go back over to Dryden.
Good call right there by the official, Jeff. Possession arrow goes to the Dryden Cardinals. 16-14, 4 minutes exactly to go here in the first half.
Again, this has been, as we've mentioned a few times, very high energy first half of play, and I think the Cougars are rotating back so much better. But there it is, Jalen Taylor.
Ledford with a beautiful pass from that short corner, Jeff, and Taylor moving when Ledford had the ball so he could get open. And nice job by Ledford finding him in the corner.
Meyer lets one fly once again, cannot get it to drop, but half court, the Cougars get the rebound. As Somler sends that ball back, Meyer with a nice little drop step. Again, gets a huge chunk of iron, cannot get it to drop.
Boy, he had a couple good looks the last 2 times down the floor, Jeff, just not going in. Good job by Williams.
Boy, Williams almost turned an ankle as the foul is going to go against Ballard that time. As Williams anticipated that, and then he stepped on the ball. I'm really fortunate that he did not twist that ankle going over, but the Cougars are starting to figure out that extra pass, and they're starting to help jump the lanes.
Yeah, they're a lot better at that zone matchup now than when they started the game, Jeff. So they make a couple more shots down here on the offensive end. They're going to be okay. They're getting good looks. You still got to keep burping them up. You know, I've said it once, I said it 1,000 times. Michael Jordan didn't make every shot. I can guarantee you that.
And, you know, the shot selection, there's nothing wrong with.
No.
And, boy, those are the ones that are tough. When you give up the offensive rebound and the putback, you got to get the dupa on them, and you got to back them up out of their comfort zone. As Meyer in the corner again gets it back to Schuler. So they want to take that thing back out again and trying to come off a screen and roll, and there's a great look underneath and unable to finish again for Ballard with a nice opportunity. And the extra pass again as they send that thing up top, and the shot is missed, but again, just not able to track down that rebound. Offensive second chance. It's a 10-point lead for Dryden with 2:24 left in the first half. We'll take a break and be back in a moment on BCTV.
Thinking about high-quality education with highly qualified teachers and a wide variety of quality programs? Look no further than Bay City Public Schools.
There's wonderful teachers, wonderful educators, administrators. It's a great place to go to school.
We include everybody, and we have a very diverse student base.
At Bay City Public Schools, the teachers are truly there to see the students succeed.
Bay City Public Schools, exceptional opportunities for all. Call us to enroll today, 989-686-9700.
Back here on BCTV, Jeff Doden and Mike Wasdala watching the Cougars just give up a little 8-0 run, and that's what caused that timeout to take place. Somler says, I'm going to go down the floor and see if I can make something happen. When he penetrates, he has 3 defenders collapse on him, so they've done their homework. Somler forces one up, not able to get it to finish, and they fight for the loose change, and it goes out of bounds and back over to Dryden.
Well, you know, when you're averaging 18-plus a game, Jeff, you're going to have a little bit of a target on your back, and the word's out on the young man. He can play, as we've seen last two weeks ago and tonight. That young man can play. So,
well, when you're the leading scorer in the area, that certainly tells you as a freshman that he's got the ability to fill it up. And again, there he is on defense. He anticipated that passing lane. Meyer has that thing go off his foot. Come on, Williams, burp it up. Just a little bit off, gets 3 pieces of iron and can't get it to finish. But the Cougars are going to get that ball back. Williams looked a little indecisive and then tried to gather himself again, just a little off balance when he let that try fly.
But again, another good look like we've talked about the whole first half, Jeff. They're getting good looks, just not going down, but eventually they will.
As that ball went off, the coach from Dryden had a little different idea.
John Del Campo said, I think I got a better look at it.
He wanted to change his shirt to the striped shirt on that last call. He was doing a little politicking over there on the sideline.
He pointed the other way down the floor, but as usual, he lost the argument.
As Schuler gets that ball in, Williams with a nice pump fake, draws 2 defenders, and Somler cannot get it, but there's going to be a little hand check, and the hand check caused displacement. Somler couldn't get past him, so going to be a lot of free throws being shot here down the stretch of the first half.
Yeah, $1:36 to go here in the first half, Jeff. 24-14. 10-point lead for the Cardinals. Again, league game for these two teams. Dryden coming in with a 4-point lead. Nice job by Somler. Four-game winning streak, I should say, Jeff. So they're at 7-5. Cougars are at 9-6.
Well, and 4 straight wins for this team, too. So they're starting to really put it together. How about the confidence they've gotten Somler? They just back the other 4 up, give them all an opportunity to take a little blow. We're down to the last buck and a half in our first half of play as the Cougar defense tries to regroup. And again, a nice shot, but a one and done as Bo Williams could not get that to come back into the corner. So the ball will go back over to Dryden. And boy, second chance opportunities, I think, has really been the difference in this first half. As they're going to back up the young sensational freshman Bo Williams. And they're going to send this thing back down the court.
It's a little tight quarters down here, Jeff.
Things are a little cramped down here. They all want to be hanging by BCTV.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you blame them?
As the extra pass, and that shot goes in. Might have got away with a little Tootsie shuffle here prior to that, but the basket's good. And again, extra pass.
The one thing about the Dryden Cardinals, Jeff, you just said it, they are good at making that extra pass and really good at seeing that high-low. And the low game from block to block has been really, really nice for the Cardinals.
So 26-16 with a 1:08 left in the first half. And shot is missed, and another offensive rebound. Did not result in a basket, but boy, that is something that Coach Jason has got to chat about at halftime. They've got to get the body up, and again, here comes the double team out near center court. Sending the ball in the corner. Shot goes up from Bo Williams, not able to get it, but look at Meyer. Goes up to knock it away. Somler with a beautiful look underneath, and another 2 pieces of iron, and unable to finish that time for Ballard. But they get the ball back offensively. Another good shot, and again, we've said it over and over, they're just not dropping.
Yeah, that was a good shot. A little bit contested, but that was 15, 14 feet away right in front of the rack, Jeff. So we're under 15 seconds to go here in the first half.
Probably looking to take the last shot of the first half unless they get one of those right up near the basket. And finally brought down by the Cougars with the final 6 seconds left. Plenty of time for Meyer to go in transition, and he's down the floor. And we're going to have, I believe, a trip prior to any of the other contact. And they're going to say that we got a blocking foul, that the defender was not set and moved his feet sideways.
Foul is on Ledford, his second personal, and that'll be team foul number 9 for both squads.
Well, and Dryden pretty much, for the most part, has gone with a 6-man rotation here in the first half. We'll see if the Cougars can take advantage of that down the stretch.
Big free throws right here, Jeff.
With 2 seconds left, that double iron in and out. And at the end of our first half of play, it's Dryden 26, All Saints 16. Back in a moment as we'll recap the first half, set the stage for the second half here on BCTV. Back at the Bay City Bills halftime show here on Bay County TV. Jeff Todt and Mike Wasdala, glad to have you along. As we looked at this first half, it was a first half where the Cougars had great shot opportunities, but just couldn't get the ball to go in the hole.
Yeah, they had really good looks, Jeff, and, it just wasn't going down for them. You got to take your hat off to Dryden's defense. They was giving the Cougars a little bit of trouble. They were getting good shots, but Dryden was very active, good feet, good high hands, and very physical for that Dryden Cardinal team.
I think the two things that Dryden did really well, it's extra pass from high-low post, but they also got a lot of second chance opportunities in the first half.
They crashed the boards on both ends of the floor. They did get a lot of second opportunities. They have good court vision when they go to that high-low game. And I talked about it there in the first half, that short corner where the player is kind of behind the basket. So if you don't go pick up the high, he's going to dump it down. If you don't pick up the high, he's got a nice 15-foot shot right there.
Well, when you look at the second half, you're only down 10. You don't have to get it back all at once, but you'd like to try and carve that 10-5 at the end of the third.
Yeah, you don't want to get it all. Great point, Jeff. You don't want to get it all back at once. You don't want to rush trying to get it all back. And, I think the Cougars got to come out, play a little better on defense, get the feet going, get the high hands, hit the boards. And when they get on the free throw line, they've got to make those free throws, and they can get themselves back in this game. It's the little things that they got to do, but I know Coach Brzezinski will make some good adjustments at halftime.
Well, I'm sure he's going to inspire his troops, and I look for a different All Saints Cougar team in the second half.
No doubt about it.
That about puts the wraps on our Bay City Bills halftime show, back with what should be an exciting second half right here in a moment on BCTV. Inside, outside, or even in your home, there are lots of ways to enjoy amazing food from Bay City Bills. Our dining room is ready for you, and we are ready for you with takeout too. Stop in to Bay City Bills at 1215 Michigan Avenue, or find us on Facebook or at www.baycitybills.com to see our full menu. Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan, Mike Wasdala, and Nick Page producing, directing, and filming. He's doing it all. Let's see what the Cougars got up their sleeve here for the first offensive possession of the second half. Wetters had somebody defensively jump out, get into that passing lane, and he just couldn't stop the feet.
He had an open player over here. I think it was Williams on this side of the floor, Jeff, but he shuffled the Tootsies to Buffalo and back over to the Dryden Cardinals. 26-16, just underway here in the third quarter.
Trying to get things rolling here in our third quarter. Dryden again with the extra pass, but a really nice job defensively as the Cougars have an opportunity to steal that ball and have an opportunity to score the first points here in the third quarter. Somler's looking for that screen. He pulls away from the screen. Schuler just about has his pocket picked. We're going to have a jump ball off the alternate possession, and that is going to go back. We've seen Jalen Taylor with some speed on both ends of the floor.
Looks like they were trying to get into that little bit three-man weave out front right there, Jeff, but what Dryden was doing right there, they're probably just going to switch, but that's when you got to try to cut back door when they're trying to do the switch.
You have to try and anticipate, and after you see it down the floor a couple of times, there's Wetters with a nice opportunity. Strong finish with the proper hand, the left hand for Schuler as Devin gets the first deuce of the second half. Big two for the Cougars.
Yeah, that's a good way to start the third quarter for the Cougars, Jeff, right there. Almost another steal by Somler.
And again, as the rebound comes, and they're going to get Taylor now. I really, as an official, love that call early in the third quarter, because by making that call, you stop those kids from doing that reach-in, and it's a lot cleaner game. It doesn't always have to be the real hard foul down there, but you send a message that they should receive, that just play defense.
Well, and 9 times out of 10 you do that, Jeff, you're going to get called for a foul anyway. So the official says, yep, I saw a foul, and big opportunity again for basically the All Saints pick up a basket here.
Down 8 with possession. They really know where Somler's at on the floor. There is a ton of people watching as, again, Wetters trying to set his feet up for a shot, but they're just closing out enough that he does not have the opportunity and the time to get that shot airborne.
Not sure if Dryden had to make too many changes in their halftime talk, Jeff. The coach probably just said, keep up that solid defense, and we're going to be okay. It looks like they're going to try to pull them out a little bit out of that 2-3 zone, get them to come out and play man-to-man.
And they're going to try that skip pass back and forth, so that's all right. They're going to absolutely jump one of those passing lanes and make it happen, and it's a little early in the ball game, really, to be spreading it out, but we're going to find out what they're going to do patience-wise. And I think they're going to try and lull the Cougars to sleep and see if they can get them to go back door for an easy shot. Again, as they get them to do that, they're not able to secure a defensive board and a second and third chance opportunity. And again, that's been the difference in this game for Dryden.
Yeah. They've had good looks, Jeff. They're just not dropping. And Schuler with another basket. Nice job by Schuler going in there, hanging onto the rock. He got a lot of hands and a lot of touching going on right there, Jeff, but they didn't call the foul.
And good patience in the middle. He got the ball up, but he didn't panic. And hands in the passing lane with a turnover. Schuler down the floor again, but boy, that Dryden defense, they pick you up right over half court.
You know, one of the things that you got to do, Jeff, when you're down like this.
Did he shuffle his feet again? Third time this half. Yep.
You don't want to try to get it all back at once. You just want to, nitpick away at it. Maybe get it in the first 5 minutes, 6 minutes, down to maybe a 2 or a 4-point game. But you don't want to try to get it all back at once.
Well, down 8 right now, certainly with just over half of the third quarter left, and another great opportunity as Salinas knocks that ball away and comes down into the corner, and Bo Williams almost became part of our broadcast team. So we got a timeout on the floor. We'll take a break too as we had company close by here on Bay County TV.
Sports give so many opportunities to kids. It gives them an opportunity to see where they fit within a team, persevere, understanding how to work with different personalities. Those are the lessons that will make you a successful adult. As a mom, you have to have an understanding of what concussions are.
Concussions are things that are treatable. If we take care of athletes, they will be able to develop and have a long, happy, healthy life.
Back here on Bay County TV is, again, Going to commercial break, Bo Williams came by and said, "How do at close quarters?"
He almost ended up in our lap.
Well, he controlled himself well, and all the equipment survived, and that's all that matters. Heading down into the final half of this third quarter, as again, the Dryden team looks very content with this 8-point lead to really force the hand of the All Saints Cougars to spread them out. And again, just a little out of control to the basket and not able to finish, but again, another turnover gives the ball back to Dryden.
Well, and it's not necessarily a stall, Jeff. It's just kind of, like you said, spreading the offense out and making sure they just got to keep cutting and looking for the open man.
And again, they're going to be very, very selective with what they're going to burp up offensively here. As again, the longer you give them the ball, the better chance the Cougars have got to get another turnover, which they did. Here comes Wetters with the 3 ball, and he could not get that to drop. Boy, 3 Cougars racing back on defense and not able to corral that long rebound that went 15 feet from the basket. 3:15 and counting left here, and again, Williams gets that steal and is heading down the floor. Wetters to Somler. Somler's going to take it strong to the hole. What great body control. Kept the ball away. And there's Bo Williams pulling up from 12. Couldn't get it to drop. But the Cougars are starting to jump it. And Dryden's coach says, I better have a little chat here with my fellas. They're starting to unravel a little bit. It's back to a 6-point deficit with 2:58 left in the third. Back in a moment on BCTV.
Come see the difference at Collier Chiropractic. We are a family-owned local business located in Bay City that offers innovative treatment and care for our patients. If you're in pain, stressed out, and you don't have time for that, taking care of your pain safely and naturally is what we do best. At Collier Chiropractic, we have an award-winning chiropractic and massage therapy team. We believe in delivering the best care and service to every patient. We offer same-day appointments, evenings, and Saturday morning appointments. If you've tried other chiropractic care, physical therapy, or even medication with no results, visit Collier Chiropractic.
Back on Bay County TV as Dryden goes back onto the offensive set with Coscone bringing the ball up over the timeline. Flipping that ball down into the corner, and I think the Cougars are content at this point to try and make them turn it over. And for the 5th time in a row, Meyer coming down the floor, and he's going to have an opportunity to finish, gets his own rebound, puts it up a little bit soft, but the Cougars are playing with a whole different mindset now, and they're starting to figure out this slow-down offense by Dryden.
You know, and Jeff, we talked at the break, sometimes you change a little bit. I'm talking about Dryden. You change a little bit of your philosophy, and it might come back to haunt you just a skosh.
Here comes Wetters down the floor in the controlled break. That's about a 7 out of 10. And now they're going to have the ball down on the ground. We're going to have a jump ball off the alternate possession. And tough when you get trapped on the sideline like that. You really have to be aware of where you're at on the floor. That sideline is the extra defender.
It's almost, I think Coach Jason was thinking about a timeout, but he got a break right there.
As that ball goes up, and we are going to have Taylor, or Costone, is going to get the foul, and he got a little bit of arm. He says he thought he got all Wilson, but He got him just enough of the arm that it's going to be Somler at the free throw line to shoot a pair. And
a couple big ones right here for Somler. 2:02 to go here in the third quarter, Jeff. Cougars down by 5, 28-23, 7-2 run right now by Bay City All Saints.
Well, he might have had a little tough go early on, realizing that another one of the legendary number 10s was in the house. I think he's settled in now, and he says, I'm time to do 10 proud.
I don't know who that number 10 legend is, but he's a legend in his own mind.
I'm sitting next to the legend himself. That's 1978. He had to get the abacus out to see how far back that actually was. Into the offensive set again, and Dryden really looks offensively a little out of sorts right now. And that ball goes out of bounds, last touched by the Cougars again, but Dryden's pressing a little bit now that 10-point deficit's down to 4.
Well, and you got to give the Cougars a little compliment there, Jeff. Their defense has picked up and has caused Dryden lots of trouble here in the third quarter.
As they're sliding around, and again, Dryden has pretty much used the 6-man rotation as Meyer knocks that ball out of bounds away from Burgess.
Much better 2-3 zone defense by the Cougars here in the third quarter, Jeff. Good adjustments, good hands.
Wetters with another steal. Look at the job by Somler with a little spin move and a tickling of the twine in the lane. It's a 2-point game right now as the Cougars are just making it happen. And again, nothing dropping for Dryden as Meyer coming down the floor. A little frustration right now, a little out of sorts for Dryden.
Definitely out of sorts right now, Jeff. 1:11 to go here in the third quarter. At halftime, it was 26-16. It's a 10-2 run right now by Bay City All Saints.
Well, Coach Del Campo for Dryden gets his floor general back on the floor as Taylor comes back into the game. Let's see what he could do for Dryden, but the Cougars are starting to really play with some confidence. And they're going to have Coscone, I believe, with a foul. And the crowd's starting to get into it now, too, Mike.
The flow of this game is old Uncle Mo's right on the Columbia blue and white Bay City All Saints Cougars right now, Jeff. And they're, like I said, it's a 10-2 run for Bay City All Saints.
As they come into the front court and coming down, the Somler will get it back up at the top. As he looked to dribble, penetrate, and dish it back off to the corner. And we're going to have a moving screen underneath. I believe they're going to get number 3 on that, Salinas.
Yeah, it was away from the basketball, Jeff, underneath the basket. I think he just set a moving pick. And we're under a minute to go here in the third quarter.
Well,
it's down 2.
In the center official, that's his job, too, and he was zoned right in on the proper area to make that happen. Shot goes up, and again, that's an offensive miss, but another offensive rebound. As Meyer does a nice job. He got a little body. That's a good call. Again, Mike, you know, from an early age on as an official, I really try and talk and teach to these kids with verticality defense. When you try and slide your body in and your hands aren't up top, strong, you're going to get that call almost 100 times out of 100.
And that's verticality's been in the rule for a long time, Jeff. So hands straight up, you're right. But let's see what the Dryden, boy, they just went stone cold from the floor and from the free throw line.
They're singing the song "It's a Brick House" about right now. As again, this all happened as a result of them trying to pull the 2-3 matchup away, and both shots missed. And Meyer's going to come down the floor right now, 2-on-1. He wants to finish with a kiss off the glass. Don't look now, Quiz, but we're tied at 28.
12-2 run by the Cougars. Jeff, 15 seconds to go here in the third quarter. They're on their feet here at the Cougar Gym.
Trying to slide around right now. Taylor trying to take it to the hole. Can't make it back into the corner. Has a long 3-ball off the mark at the end of 3. We're all knotted up like we were at the start of the game. 28 apiece. Back in just a moment for what could be the final 8 right on BCTV. Village Towing and Auto Repair of Kaukaulin and Bay City is here to help you in your hour of need with fast and friendly service. With over 30 years of towing experience, we know how to get the job done quickly and safely. From big to small, we do it all. Give us a call at 989-684-9607 for all your towing needs. Just about ready to start our fourth quarter of play, and a huge third quarter for the All Saints Cougars to come back all even.
Well, it was a 12-2 run by the Bay City All Saints Cougars, Jeff, and they got themselves right back in this game. They picked it up on defense. Dryden didn't shoot the ball very well from the free throw line or the field that third quarter, Jeff, and defense got these Cougars back into the ball game.
Well, and the Cougars started jumping passing lanes too, so they really anticipated where they needed to be. Dryden with the first offensive set here of the fourth quarter. And again, their offense went stone cold in the third quarter. When they were even able to get a shot, they went 5 possessions in a row without even burping a shot up. As that first shot comes up, and finally the rebound comes down as underneath they go, and just having that ball flip out of bounds, he made a nice play, but he realized both Tootsies were out.
Well, it's 84 feet long, and he was at 85.
He just couldn't put the brakes on. As Somler comes to the corner, and Meyer now, he just is patient enough that he didn't dribble into a double team. Weathers with a nice little soft turnaround. Can't get it to happen, but again, great look right out of the offensive set.
Nice job, Ledford. Ledford's got a little bit of hops right there, Jeff. He got up for that one.
As they bring the ball around, Taylor right now. Coscone back to Taylor. As they slide that ball around again, and much more activity defensively for the All Saints Cougars. That ball goes out of bounds, and it was last touched by the Cougars. 6:59 left. Still near a point scored in the first 1:01 of the fourth. That ball comes inbound to Coscone. Trying to make it happen in the corner. The Cougars with a nice double team. Taylor back on the other side. Very nice job to shut him down. Taylor thought about it from 24, decided that wasn't his best look. Real nice set. Unable to finish. And Weathers comes down with the rebound, and he's really been a force on the defensive glass. Somler sends that over to Meyer. Had his feet squared up.
Oh, boy!
Tickling it wide on a trifecta.
31-28. Cougars with the 3-point lead.
And we're going to have an offensive foul. And again, coach from Dryden is going to be mad, Del Campo, but you can move your feet once you've established legal guarding position, and that's what happened in that situation. And it was a spot-on call.
Somebody just got a technical, too, Jeff, for the Cardinals, Dryden Cardinals. Not sure who he called that on.
So we'll find out right now as Somler is going to go to the free throw line, and he's going to shoot 2. And then with that, you are going to end up with the ball at midcourt opposite table, so you get 2 shots and possession.
That's a big one right here. 6:16 to go here in the fourth quarter. All Saints 31, Dryden 28. Remember, it's 26-16 at the halftime, Jeff.
Look at Somler. Ice water in his veins, man. Just goes up, strokes it. He looks over to his number 10, and he says, that one was for you, Coach.
That's it.
But you got to love it. He's having fun playing the game. Second free throw just bounces off the iron, and then it'll go opposite table back over to the Cougars. Up by 4 now with 6:16 left. You're right. What a big transformation here in the third quarter into the early fourth.
You know what? You just got to put your hat on that defense for the Cougars. This is why they've got the lead, Jeff, by 4, 32-28. They have played great defense.
And I love the fact that Somler just stands out there, calmly sets up the offense, calls the play, and controls the ball. Meyer back 25 feet, nothing there. Just that was a high dribble. Hand stayed on top of the ball, nothing there. So Somler in the corner, and he's trying to dribble, penetrate, and he's got that thing on a yo-yo. Does Meyer feeling it? A second time, tickling the twine from 22.
Well, I'll tell you what, they were very patient on the offensive end of the floor right there, Jeff, and they got a good look from 3 points.
Here comes Somler, 1-on-3. You know he wants to take it. He sends that thing back. The ball rejected away. Nice job by Schuler coming down the floor, but good transition defense by Dryden.
That was a nice block. You know, he went straight up and got it, but I'll tell you what, good transition defense by Dryden, and another turnover for the Cougars.
Meyer with a pump fake. He's going to the free throw line, and he is hot, hot, hot right now as he wants that ball in his hands.
Yep, he's hit the last 6 points for the Cougars, Jeff. Going to the line to shoot 2. That's team foul number 7 against Dryden. So I tell you what, don't look now, but the Cougars are going to be on the free throw line. And another technical foul for the Dryden Cardinals on number 4. That's Dorian Lewis.
And that's a personal foul. So I know he's got at least 3. We'll find out when they put it up on the board. So now what we're going to do is we're shooting the 2 free throws. We'll shoot the 2 technicals, and then the Cougars will get the ball opposite table at midcourt once again. So an opportunity for a 6 or 7 point swing here for the Cougars.
Unfortunately for Dryden, they've lost just a little bit of that composure, Jeff. They had it in the first half, but boy, things Uncle Mo has just went over to Bay City All Saints all second half.
Look at that. He just said he's got a smile on his face. The crowd is definitely all over what he's up to, and he says, I better take a deep breath here and see if I can do all cotton on the second shot. Just off the front iron, but now they're going to shoot the technical. Because Somler will come to the line. And they're up 8 right now. And again, 2 free throws and possession of the basketball here for the Cougars. You know what? For a freshman, I just marvel at this young man's composure.
He just steps up the line, and he's got that swag. He's got that confidence about him, Jeff. And he just knows that it's going to go in.
Now, talk about as a shooter, the difference between shooting free throws with nobody around. You're on an island all by yourself or with there's 6 people there.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. I mean, all eyes are on you, and you got to concentrate a little bit more. But what you have to do is do the same thing you do on every free throw. Go through your routine and make the shot.
Somler's looking for that screen, but he gives the ball back to Meyer. Meyer up 25 feet from the basket again. Now it'll be time for the Cougars to show a little patience on offense. Let Dryden expend a little energy. Somler with a little floaty, but look at Wetters. Wetters is going to try and put it back up from an impossible angle under the basket and almost got it to go.
That was a nice rebound by Wetters, Jeff. There was a lot of company down there. He went up strong. He had some body on him, but the officials have been letting him play all night, so that was a good call.
That thing was from another area code send up by Burgess. Couldn't get it to drop, but the ball last touched by the Cougars will go out of bounds to Dryden, and coaching staff from all seats was not in agreement with that last call.
Well, you got to try.
Yep.
You're not doing your job if you don't.
Exactly right. So the ball, Burgess will be inbounding the ball as they slide that thing around the horn right now. And skip pass back. Long shot goes up, and again, another offensive rebound for Dryden. They put it up, and they're going to get a third opportunity on this offensive possession. From the next area code again, Wetters says, I'm not going to allow that to happen this time. And Tascone and Wetters back and forth, and the ball will come over off the alternate possession to the All Saints Cougars. Feel a little energy in here, Coach.
Ooh, I'll tell you what, this is really, really fun. Everybody's having a great time, and the Cougars are putting on a good show right now. Up 10 with 4:15 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Somler had his pocket picked, and at the other end, Boy, an errant pass, and look at that. The Cougars get it back. What would have been an easy deuce the other way. Schuler has his pocket almost picked, and we're going to have a timeout. Coach Jason Brzezinski says, let's calm him down. Plus 10, 4 minutes left in the ball game. We'll take a break and be back on BCTV.
For over 75 years, Frank's Great Outdoors has served as the Great Lakes Bay region's premier hunting, fishing, and outdoor shopping destination. What started in the mid-1940s as a roadside bait and tackle stand has now blossomed into a 30,000 square foot outdoorsman's dream shopping location. Stop by the store located at 1212 North Huron Road in Linwood, or shop online at franksgreatoutdoors.com to find everything you need to get your next outdoor adventure started.
Back here on Bay County TV as we look at the brain trusts over there for the All Saints Cougars. And again, it's a very important time in the ball game. Plus 10. You've got time to have composure and confidence and calmness offensively. You've got to make good decisions.
You got to make good decisions, Jeff. You run your offense, and you've got to take care of the basketball. You're going to get fouled, and those fouls aren't going to get called. And if they do, get to the free throw line. It's 8-2 foul situation for All Saints.
And a 5-second call. Just Meyer was a little bit slow getting that ball in. Had a couple of options, but he didn't like either of them. And so the ball goes back over to Dryden here with a 3:57 and counting left in the fourth quarter of play. Cougars by 10.
Big stretch right here, Jeff, for basically the All Saints.
And again, as they try and go, what a beautiful extra pass to number 5, Ledford. And he gets an easy deuce right now, and the full court pressure comes up. As now, again, 10 seconds gives you plenty of time to get that ball into the front court. And that turnover is going to give that ball back. And missing of a bunny. What a big turn of events that was for Dryden as they try to triple team underneath. Pump and fake, going right back out, but Somler was not looking for the pass, and at the other end, the shot goes up from Coscone, and he makes the deuce drop. It's a 6-point game now. It's a little 4-0 run for Dryden out of that last time out.
You got to keep it away from that side of the floor.
And again,
10-second line.
They got 4-on-2 numbers coming this way now. Meyer's going to back up from 3. Can you feel tickle in the twine?
Whoa!
That's a huge shot in this ball game. Back to a 9-point game. There'll be a free throw, but boy, call Bay City Light and Energy. They put the tap on this place. This place got some juice.
Jacob Meyer better call the fire department. Those nets are on fire here at the St. Ives All Saints Gym.
Isn't it fun to see this crowd just into the game, and great halftime festivities, and now Dryden trying to dent that 9.
I'll tell you.
First shot's good by Burgess.
When you're feeling it, there ain't nothing better in the world. It looks like that basket is about the size of a hula hoop, and you're throwing a ping pong up there, Jeff.
It looks like me shooting from 8 feet, not out farther than
I've seen you shoot before. You're tough from 15 in. You get 15 in the hook, you can't throw it in the ocean.
If I'm standing in the ocean, right. I can. Here you go, Somler in. Great job just not seeing it there, but again, the quick hands. And the ball goes out of bounds and back down the hall. Get the ball here. Nobody knows from down here, Mr. Wetters. He's coming by the broadcast area to see what's going on. As they'll get the ball back in. And again, up by 7 right now, 2-34. You know that everything is good. No, just play ball. There's nothing really there. You know who wants to make it happen. And unable to finish that time was Meyer, but again, he got a great shot. Back up and around as the shot goes up, and it is missed. As Dryden will get another opportunity and another second chance opportunity, and Wetters fights for that loose change, and the ball will go back off Wetters. Boy, I've said it. I sound like a broken record, but Dryden has done a great job on the offensive glass tonight.
They have done a great job, Jeff. And those shots that were going down in the first half, they're just not going down right now for the Cardinals.
Meyer with the trip, and still, that's not a shooting foul. It's only going to be team foul number 4, so it'll be an out-of-bounds situation. Cougars with 2:06 left. That clock is ticking down right now, still with a 3-possession lead at 7 points. Cougars need to protect the basket. Up top, that's a harmless place, 30 feet from the basket.
Walk.
Traveling.
That's a good call.
That turnover, Cascone knew what he wanted to do, but he forgot to put the orange on the floor.
Referee was right there all over it, Jeff. Good call. We're under 2 minutes to go here in the basketball game.
And again, you're in a situation where at the other end of the floor for a layup, you've got to have your teammates communicate when that double team is coming so that they can let their teammate know they're about to get hit from the double team behind. Meyer feeling it from 3. Puts it up! And he just tickles the twine again. He's got that Michael Jordan tongue out, and he's going to get a technical foul. That was just something that an old veteran like Tim Walter, he saw it, I saw it. I didn't know if he was going to get away with it, but you got to know when you do that, act like you've been there before.
I did not see what happened.
He turned around and he stared down the defender and he stuck his tongue out like Michael Jordan, and Tim Walter was all over it. And really, Jason, he might not have seen it, but I was staring right at it, and Tim Walter saw it, and that it was the right call.
So the score right now, Jeff, 44-36, $1:31 to go here in the basketball game. Dryden's going to shoot 2 technical fouls, and they'll get the ball out crossing the scorer's table. 44-36.
So the first of 2 free throws by Burgess is up and good. And we're at 1:31, so that last exchange took 35 seconds. And it's still a 7-point game. And the second free throw missed, but they will get possession again, as you just said, opposite table midcourt.
I think we just saw a new rivalry going on right now between Dryden and Bay City All Saints.
Well, the All Saints Cougars saying you're coming into our house right now, and you're going to have to show us that you can beat us. Trying to move it around right now again. Long 3-ball. Look at Wetters on the backside. What a great job of bodying up on the backside. Somler coming down the floor.
Pull it out.
Yep, send it back out front. Take your time. Somler says, let's just back things up here. You know they're coming with the double team, so you know when they dribble to look to make sure that's not there. We're going to have a blocking foul on number 15, who was just into the ballgame, Josh Harris. Josh had the right idea, just didn't get there in time.
19 fouls for the Dryden Cardinals, Jeff, at the line for Bay City All Saints. Shooting 1-1, the junior, number 3, Antonio Salinas. We got 1:02 to go here, 44-37. Cougars up by 7. Substitution coming in for Dryden, number 25. That is Joseph Delmati.
And the thing is, they caught him before the shot, so this is still a 1-on-1 situation. That first one, it rattles, but it doesn't matter. It still falls through the cotton, and the first of 2 is good.
Well, and you know you're going to get fouled because they're going to have to start fouling here down the stretch, and they're going to be in double secret probation on the next foul, Jeff.
And that one just falls off the rim with 1 minute left in this ball game. Boy, sending it up from downtown. Bird just makes the 3, and it's a 5-point game now with 50 ticks left. Meyer coming down the floor. Look at a little Euro for the kiss off the glass and the deuce. Yowza. Euro at the other end. Anything you can Euro, I can Euro better. Somler coming down the floor. And we're going to have a foul, and from here on, it's the Cougars shooting 2.
10-team foul for the Dryden Cardinals, Jeff. At the line, Somler for Bay City All Saints.
And Dryden did what they had to do. They went for the steal, and once they didn't get it, they didn't want another 7-8 seconds to go off the clock, so they fouled.
Don't be surprised if you see a timeout right now by Coach Brzezinski, Jeff, saying, listen, fellas, you've got to hang on to the ball. They're going to be coming after you. It might not get called. You've got to be tough with the basketball and hang on to it. Get to the free throw line, make your free throws.
Well, you have your defense back there getting a blow, too, as Somler gets ready to shoot the second free throw. That one's a little bit soft. You can't get that 3 pieces of iron to drop. With 30 seconds left, they didn't start the clock till just now. Trying to go strong to the hole. Nice looking finish that time, and we're going to have a timeout. Dryden with 24.7 ticks left. We're going to have a timeout, and we'll be back in a moment on BCTV.
Thinking about high-quality education with highly qualified teachers and a wide variety of quality programs? Look no further than Bay City Public Schools.
There's wonderful teachers, wonderful educators, administrators. It's a great place to go to school.
We include everybody, and we have a very diverse student base.
At Bay City Public Schools, the teachers are truly there to see the students succeed.
Bay City Public Schools, exceptional opportunities for all. Call us to enroll today, 989-686-9700.
Back here on BCTV, it's a one-possession game with 24.7 ticks left. Somler gets the ball. He just wants everybody to clear out because he knows they're coming with the double team. Wetters gets his hands on the ball, and they're going to foul him, or nope, we got a timeout. As Coach Jason says, I'll take the timeout. And again, they were trapping him in the corner, so it was good. They chewed up 7 seconds off the clock, 17.1 left. We'll catch our breath quiz and be back in a moment on BCTV.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
As the All Saints Cougars break their huddle, Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala.
Wow.
I think we've been treated to a fun one tonight, Coach.
This is a goodie. This is a goodie.
And again, nobody guarding the inbound as Somler's going to try and get that ball. He does get it and loses it, but he gets it back to Wetters. They send that ball down the floor. Very nice job to not do anything. Meyer's going to get fouled down to 8.2 ticks left. That took 9 seconds off the clock. And I got to tell you, one of these two might put the ice on it.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a good, smart play right there by Meyer just to wait to pull it back out. Jeff, he's going to get rewarded. He's got 2 free throws, 47-44. Cougars up, 8.2 ticks to go here in the ball game.
Well, they don't have a senior on the squad, so he's one of the senior members as the junior. And that first shot goes in, and that is huge.
That's a biggie.
He's had a monster second half.
He has shot the ball extremely well tonight for Bay City All Saints.
Second free throw attempt. That one. Bend to the knees. Flick of the wrist. Oh, Cotton on the delivery. Down at the other end of the floor, and there's a long off-balance shot, and that won't go. That's all there is.
There isn't any more.
The final score in our ball game, the All Saints Cougars home court on the home court with a 49-44 victory. Oh, this one will be fun to put the wraps on this one. Back in a moment for the post-game show on BCTV.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Back with the post-game show. Has to be sponsored by the All Saints Booster Club. And what a tale of two halves we saw tonight, Coach.
It really was, Jeff. The first half, it was all Dryden. They had a 26-16 lead at the halftime. The second half, it was all Bay City All Saints, and whatever was said or whatever adjustments they made at halftime, it really worked out for the Cougars in a huge win for Bay City All Saints.
Turning point in the second half, I really believe up by 8, Dryden moves on the offense. They chose to try and pull the Cougars out of their defense, and I think they lost a lot of offensive continuity at that point.
You know, I would have to agree with you. That's a great point. I think they just got out of what they were normally doing in the first half, and they felt a little uncomfortable, out of their comfort zone, Jeff. And the Cougars really didn't bend on that zone defense. They came out a little bit higher, but they stayed in it. And Dryden, from that point on, I just don't think they had a good third quarter, and it carried over into the fourth quarter.
I think the other big adjustment that Coach Brzezinski did at halftime, that extra pass from the high post to the low post really got cut off.
They took care of the basketball a lot better in the second half on the offensive end of the floor. You're exactly right. Extra pass, high, low, but they were patient on offense, and defensively they were quicker, their feet were better, and their hands were better, and they rebounded the ball a lot better in the second half too.
X factor in the ball game definitely was a huge crowd.
Yeah, that was an excited crowd, Jeff. They got into it. The kids were into it. The parent, everybody was into it. The announcers were into it. We had a great time. It was loud, and it was a good home victory for the Cougars. Got them to 10-6 and 4-3 in conference.
Now, Meyer the other night missed an opportunity at the end of the ball game. I don't remember if it was to send it into overtime or win the game. I would be safe to say he forgot about the other night, and he put on a clinic in the second half.
And that's a sign of a good shooter, Jeff. You just got to put that in the rearview mirror. There's a reason the windshield's bigger than the rearview mirror. He came out, and I think
I like that, Coach.
You can use that too. Yeah, I think he had 4 3-pointers there in the fourth quarter that really kind of sealed the deal. Then he makes a couple big free throws down the stretch, and man, it was just fun to watch the Cougars get a big victory tonight in conference.
Well, and again, you're in a position where this kind of game gives you momentum. You have to make plays to win this game down the stretch, and the Cougars did that.
Well, and you know what? And you're doing it with a young team. You don't have a senior on there. You start 3 freshmen. They're getting their baptism by fire. And it was a physical game tonight. These referees let these kids play. They're going to be some sore bodies tomorrow morning. But you know what? That's varsity. You got 12 hours to enjoy this one. And the next game, if I'm not mistaken, for All Saints, is they got to host the Peck Pirates, which is no easy task, too, because Peck's one of the better teams in the conference. So, you know what? Let's enjoy this one. Let's get ready for Peck.
Boy, this had everything we could have asked for and more tonight. But again, the opportunity to be in a situation at the end of the game to make plays and to come up big, these youngsters just continue to grow up.
This is going to make this team grow come March and stuff like Jeff. This is the pressure game. You know, there was points where you had to get onto the free throw line and make a couple big free throws. They did that. They made some big shots. They did that. They got some good rebounds and some turnovers. They did, and I've talked about this for many years, it's the little detail things that are going to win you the basketball games. Turnovers at the right time, making those free throws at the right time, playing solid defense, and the Cougars did that all second half, especially down the stretch.
Boy, again, fun atmosphere. The only thing that didn't happen tonight, we didn't win the 50-50, but other than that, I'd say it was a pretty complete night.
We're used to that, yeah, it was a great night, and boy, I'll tell you what, I don't know if I'm doing any more games with you this year, but this is a good one to end on if I'm not, so it was fun.
Well, you've done 3 games in basketball. You're 3-0, so lucky. It's great to have you with us.
Lucky in the basketball announcing, but not lucky in 50-50, but that's okay.
We'll take 1 out of 2.
We'll do that.
That about puts the wraps on an exceptional second half for the Cougars, coming away with a big 5-point victory. And again, that puts the wraps on the Bay City All Saints Cougar Booster Club sponsored post-game show. Thanks for being with us tonight. Have a great night, and we'll talk with you soon.
We'll see you soon.